my eyes, a minotaur.
Hey, this is Justin back from Books, Bricks, and Boards. And today I am going to play a game of Bag of Dungeon, but I'm not just going to play a game of Bag of Dungeon, I'm also going to go over this expansion. This is the Legends expansion. This came all the way from the UK. It actually arrived in just about 2 weeks after I ordered it, so that's pretty good considering the holidays. And it came in this neat little envelope. When you open the envelope up, you're going to find 3 new characters. Just like the old characters, they have these nice boards that they are on. You've got the Minotaur Gracoon. Gracoon has a better combat than any of the other characters, 3d6 plus 1, but he cannot use armor or weapons. He has a considerable amount of life with 12. Since I like playing solo and I like playing true solo, he will be one that I probably use quite a bit, and we'll see how he works out for me. We've got the Halfling, which cannot use two-handed weapons. He has relatively low life, but he can move back from or past a monster without taking damage. And he's lucky, so he can take 1 item on a kill of a 5+ monster. So that gives him an extra item when he kills a weak monster. And then we have the Wizard. And the Wizard is Umuri. And so he does 2d6 damage with his combat. But he also has these 4 spells: Ethereal Sword, Polymorph, Teleport, and Ice Storm. And he can cast each of those once every adventure. He can't use shields. And you can see he has limited spots for carrying stuff. So with him, there's actually an extra card in here. Let me see if I can get it out. So here is Umuri's card, the Wizard, and so those are the spells that he can cast once each. You got Polymorph, Ethereal Sword, Teleport, and Ice Storm, and they each do different things. Now, that doesn't mean that he can't also get scrolls and use those. Those don't count as casting a spell. Another thing that you find in the envelope are these class and race-based cards. These are, I can't remember what they call them, skills, that's right. So now, whenever you collect an item, you can choose, instead of collecting an item, to get a skill point. That skill point can be used to do duck, dive, legate, or dragon drop, which are special abilities. Or you can spend 2 skill points to permanently gain an ability that is associated with your character. So since I'm interested in Minotaur, I can either be a Skull Crusher or a Guardian Minotaur. I think Skull Crusher sounds more fun. So if I spent 2 skill points, I could get +2 combat versus undead. I could get Giant Killer, +3 combat versus any monster with 10+ health. It's not cumulative with number 3, however. I can get Charmer, which is +4 combat versus snakes and reachers. I can get Charger, which is +1 AP per turn. And I can get Scent Finder, which when you draw an item, discard it and draw again. Which could be important for him because he can't use armor or weapons. Now, if I flip it over and I choose to be a Guardian Minotaur instead, I can get Red Rage. Cost me 3 AP to do it. Break a hole through a wall. Place a black counter to show the permanent access for all, including monsters. And get a Winter Coat, which gives me +1 armor, which is cool because he can't get armor otherwise. I can get Gore, which just gives him a flat +1 combat against everybody, giving him 3d6 +1. I can get kick, which is reroll one or more of your combat dice once per fight. That's pretty good. So that might be useful against, say, the dragon. The other thing I didn't mention about the Minotaur, he has a special ability called Charge, and he can spend 3 APs to charge into combat, straight line until target is reached, and it causes an extra d6 of damage. So that's ignoring their roll. That's just like a ranged attack, basically, a flat d6 of damage to the enemy, which could be really good against those small enemies early in the game and save your health up for the fights where you're going to need it. So the other thing that is in the envelope, because we're not done yet, we have these tokens for different goals or objectives. They're secret objectives that you can draw when you're playing a multiplayer game, which won't apply to me because I don't really play this multiplayer. But basically you get a secret objective, and it will give you extra kills at the end of the game to see who's the best if you perform certain tasks. There was one other thing in here which threw me for a loop when I first opened this up. I thought, well, there's no rules for this. I've read the rules online, but surely there's a rule sheet. Well, there was, but it's printed on this. It looked like throwaway paper, and it was folded up, so you didn't really see what it was. Gunpowder Studios, I do wish you would have made it more clear, maybe a logo on the backside or something. But other than that, this is a great, great product. Very happy to have this. It was very inexpensive, and it seems like it's going to add a lot to the game. So all that being said, I am going to set up to play a game with the Minotaur, and we're going to play a true solo game, and we'll start right now. So we've got our start tile. Get that where you guys can see it. Make sure that you guys can see the dice. I will tell you, I probably won't get the ring and kill the dragon, but we're going to go ahead and see what's what, see what we can get done, and get our first play in with Raccoon the Minotaur. So on the start tile, I am going to spend an action point to reveal. Of course, we get a hallway. Spend another action point to move. Spend another action point to reveal. And get another hallway. Spend another action point to move. And then spend my last action point to reveal. And we got a turn here. We're going to go this way. So back up to full. Just need to put that on there. So we're going to go one action point to move, one to reveal, got another hallway, another action point to move, another one to reveal, and we have a T. I'm going to spend the last action point to move. So now I'm going to spend one to reveal here. And we've got a monster, and it's a T as well. So I have 3 action points left. Actually, I'm sorry, I've got 4 action points left. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to spend 3 to charge into this monster. And we'll just draw and reveal a random monster because I'm going to be in that space from my charge. Ooh, it's a troll. All right. So, hopefully this was not a terrible idea. So we are going to resolve my charge first, which is a flat d6 damage. 5 damage, pretty good. So the troll started with 10 health. He's at 5 already. That's going to be big. Okay, so I don't have enough dice to do this all at once, so I'm going to roll the Minotaur first. He gets 3 dice plus 1. So I got a 15 total. And the troll is 2 dice plus 4. So he got a 14, so he's going to take 1 damage. So he's down to 4. Next turn, I got 10, 11, 12. And he got a 7, so he's going to take 5. So I have killed him with my mighty Minotaur strength. And the troll is now dead. I'll put him down here as a trophy. And see what kind of item we get. Ooh, I got a spell, which I can use. Teleport crystal. Move up to 5 tiles or through 1 adjacent wall. That's interesting. Okay, so I've got 1 action point left. I'm going to spin that, go up to full, and I'm going to reveal right here. Let's see what happens. Got a curve there. I'll spin 1 and reveal here, see where we're at. I've got a crossroads there. Spin 1 to move here, and another to reveal. And I got another crossroads. Spin 1 to move, and then I'm going to reveal right here, which is going to end my turn. And it's going to go like that. I'm going to spend another to reveal here. Oh, I got the healing pool. Cool. Okay, there is only 1 token on the healing pool, but if I get in danger, I can use that to heal back up to full. Going to spend 1 to move. I'm going to spend another to reveal right there. Okay. And I may have to move this down just a little bit. Make sure it's still on. It is. Spin another to move. And my last one to reveal. And it is still going this way. Okay. Well, I don't want to continue going this way because it's going to get off camera pretty quick. So I'm going to spin 1 to move. Another to move. Another to move. 1 to reveal right here. It's going to be a monster and a hallway. So we'll put a token there because we're not going to fight it just yet because we're going to use our last one to reveal the one next to us. So we're going to reveal this one right here. Okay, so that puts us back up to the top. So I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3, actually, yeah, 5, 4, 3. So 1, 2, 3. To charge. And we'll see what happens. See what kind of monster's there. And it's a blank. We're supposed to take those out, I found out last time. Those are like, I guess, to make your own. So, let's see. A zombie. So, the zombie is going to take a d6 up front for my charge. So 3 damage, and it started with 6, so it's at 3. Oh, you know what? I should have drawn 2 from the troll. So you know what? I'm just going to take, I'll take a skill point for my extra item that I didn't draw before. All right, so now fighting the Minotaur gets an 8, 9, 10. And the zombie gets a 4. So I do 6, so that's a dead zombie. And I'm just going to take another skill point. And I'm going to use that skill point and the other one that I've gotten. And I'm going to get number 2, which is plus 3 combat versus any monster with 10 plus health. So I'm going to be 3d6 plus 4, which gives me a chance against the dragon if I go that route. Okay. So looks like that. I'm going to reveal right here. And I'll use my last one to move. Use 1 to reveal. Go back that way. Use 1 to move. 1 to reveal. One to move. And then my last one to reveal. And perfect. We can make that work. With this teleport, I can potentially get back to the healing pool if I really need to as well, which could be good. So I'm going to move, reveal the next room. And I got a monster. And I've got 3 left. I'm going to use all of them to charge. And we're going to charge this monster and see what happens. Which one is it? Oh, it's a giant snake. So my bonus that I just got, my giant killer, is going to help because the snake has 13 health, a whopping 13 health, and it has 2d6 plus 6. All right, so let's see what happens here. My dice got stuck. There we go. So I got 8, 13 plus 4. So I got 17. And the snake got 4 and 6 is 10. So I did 7 damage there, but I actually forgot to roll my 1 die of damage for my charge, which was 6, which actually killed it. So I killed it before it even did any damage to me. Crazy. And again, that was my charge that I used to get there that does a straight d6 of damage. So the giant snake is a 10 plus monster, so it gives me 2. And I'm just going to go ahead and take both as skill points and use them immediately to buy a permanent skill. And I think I'm going to do Afterlife. So that gives me a +2 combat versus undead. So that could come in handy. We'll see. All right. So use 1 to reveal. And another monster. I'm going to use 1, 2, 3 to charge it. And go ahead and draw a monster. And it is a mud monster. All right. So it is 9 health, and it's 2 dice plus 2. I'm going to do my charge damage first, I did 2 damage to it there, so it's at 7. Roll my attack. And my attack was 8 plus 1, because it's not a giant and it's not undead. So I'm at 9. And it got a 10, because it got 8 plus 2. So I lose a life. So let's roll again. Me. Ooh, bad roll again. So 7 and 8. And it gets... Let's re-roll that because it got stuck. All right. So 4 against 8, so it takes 4 damage. So roll 9 again. So 10, 11, 12, because I get a +1. It got a 5, plus 2 is 7. So did enough to kill it. So take another trophy. And I'll draw an item. Why not? Let's see what we get. And it is the Dragonlance, which would be awesome with any other character, except for the fact I can't use any weapons. So, the Dragonlance, one of the more sought after weapons, is what I got, but I can't use it. So, that's kind of heartbreaking. I'm going to use my last action point to reveal. It goes there. Spend 1 to move, 1 to reveal, right here. Ooh, got an item. But actually, I have to redraw that because it does not fit where it's at. Unless I guess I can move it down to here. We'll just move it to this one. So I'll spend 1 to move down. And instead of taking an item, I'm going to take a skill point. So I'll have 1 skill point. Going to spend 1 to reveal here. And it's an item. So we'll put a token on there to make sure that we know it's not been taken yet. Spend 1 to move, and I'll take that item. And I think instead of an item, I'm actually going to take a skill point for that. And I'll use the 2 skill points that I have. And I will get Charmer, even though it's not cumulative with Giant Killer. Still seems like it might be relevant. Okay. So I'm going to reveal here. And then I'm going to use 1, 2, 3 to charge. This charge is really pretty saucy. So it's a mummy, so it's undead. Get my charge dice damage. I swear this is usually a pretty good dice tower. I'm not sure wherein lies the problem today. Let's give it one more shot. Okay, so 6 damage. It's got 7 health, so it's on 1 before we start combat. So I got 9, 11. I do have Afterlife, so it's 13, 14. And it gets 1 die plus 4, so there's no way it can resist me. So, kill that. Here's one thing I didn't think about. I believe the way that it's worded in the rule book, to get a critical hit, all of your dice, not just 2 of your dice, have to be equal. So technically it's harder to get a critical with the Minotaur than it is another character. But as you can see, the Minotaur is pretty solid with his attack. So the item I get is a bomb. And it's not technically considered a weapon, I don't think. It doesn't look like it uses any hands. Got a range of 0 to 4, does 2d6 damage to all in a 0 to 2 tile radius. Well, that's pretty nifty. And that would come in really handy with my charge. Well, that's cool. It'll probably end up damaging me too, though, unless I back up and then come back. Anyways, I'm going to spend 1. I'm going to reveal this tile here. And we're going to go like that. Spend 1 to move. Let's see. Can you guys see that? I don't think you can. Well, let's cure that problem. There you go. Sorry about missing that spot. So I spent 1 to move. We're going to spend 1 to reveal. And we're running out of room. So I'm going to spend 1 to move, another 1 to move, and my last 1 to reveal right here. Ah, well that's cool. That works out good. That's the exit. So there's a monster there. So I could leave the dungeon now and wind up not getting the ring, not fighting the dragon. There are a few tiles left. And I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to fight this guy, finish up the game, and then give you my thoughts. So I'm going to go ahead and charge right here. See what I'm charging. Kind of charge in blindly. And ironically, a Minotaur is waiting at the door to fight its Minotaur brethren. So roll for my charge dice damage. 6 damage there. That's pretty good. Leaves him on 5. And then let's roll for my attack, which is going to be at +3 because I'm a giant killer. Okay, let's re-roll that based on my die getting stuck again. All right, let's see. Much worse. Okay, so I've got 5 +3 +1, so I've got a 9. So he gets 2 dice +5. So 6 +5 is 11. So he beat me by 2. 1, 2. Okay. I guess I'm in this tile with him technically. So let's go ahead and attack again. No, it didn't make it through. All right, we're going to have to give up on the dice tower, looks like. Have to do some adjustments to that. So let's roll for my attack here. So got a 10 plus 4 total is going to be a 14. He got an 8 plus 5, which is a 13, so he takes 1 point of damage. He's at 4 now. I'm going to attack, and I got a 10, 12, plus 4 is 16, and he got a 7 and 5 is a 12, so he takes 2 more damage. I'm going to attack again. I got 11, 14, plus 4, 18. And he got a 5, and 5 is 10. 8 damage is enough to kill the Minotaur. And with that, My trophies are a minotaur, a mummy, a mud monster, a giant snake, a zombie, a troll. And I also had a bomb. I had a teleport spell. I had the legendary Dragonlance, which I could not use. However, Gracoon, the Minotaur, made it out of the dungeon, and he is free to roam the world of Bag of Dungeon. Alright, so it's been a little while since I've played a solo playthrough, and what better game to get back to than Bag of Dungeon? And what better way to do it than with a new expansion, the Legends expansion? So, of course I had a good time playing Bag of Dungeons. As I've said before, I adore this game. It is just a wonderful mix of that Hero Quest flavor of hack and slash dungeon crawling experience with the simplicity, speed, and table size of something that you would take with you on the road. The Legends expansion really adds something to it. The addition of the new characters, now I have not played the Halfling or the Wizard yet, but I have read up on them. The Halfling and the Wizard both seem very cool. The Halfling more so probably in a multi-character party. The Wizard I could see potentially playing as a solo. Now, the Minotaur, I definitely think, and I've not read any comments to this effect, but my guess is that when they made the Minotaur character, they had guys like me in mind that wanted to play this game as a true solo game, no extra characters, just run through the dungeon and see what happens. And I really think that if I had the time to go ahead and finish this, I probably stood a decent chance of beating the dragon and getting the key, or the ring, sorry. But it was very fun to play through as the Minotaur. It was heartbreaking to pull the Dragonlance from the bag, which I've never gotten in a regular playthrough. So to get that and then not be able to use it, kind of a rain on the parade there a little bit. But for no more than what it costs, Legends was awesome. You can also actually download it for free and do a print and play. The reason I paid for a printed copy was because I really love these guys at Gunpowder Studios. I wanted to support them in any way I could. They aren't making a killing off of this. They don't rake you over the coals for shipping. I think I paid something like $6 or $7 in shipping, and then maybe 11 or 12 bucks for the game. I think I was in it for 20, 25 bucks after everything. And I got 3 new characters. I got the special skills, which were really cool, really fun. You know, you get 2 sides of each card for each character type. So you get a lot of flexibility, a lot of variability in your playthroughs there. And then if I was going to play it multiplayer, having the hidden objectives is a cool way to keep that fun and fresh with your group. So overall, Legends was definitely a great addition to the Bag of Dungeon world. I hope they come out with more stuff. I love their design philosophy. I loved, even though it was a low budget option, I loved getting that little brown recycled paper envelope in the mail with the little stamp with the dragon logo on it. I was very careful not to tear the envelope when I took the stamp off and reapplied it. It just has a very craft feel to it. Just a wonderfully simple, wonderfully effective way to produce a low-budget game. It's almost like they are equally skilled, but on the exact opposite end of the design philosophy spectrum as Chip Theory Games. And ironically, I love both of these companies. You know, Bag of Dungeon, they do low budget better than any company that I have seen yet. Chip Theory Games, they do all-in, best components, best materials, best production values better than any company. But, you know, I can't say that there's a right or a wrong way to do it. I mean, there's justifications for both. And right now, all I can say is I'm really happy to have Bag of Dungeon, and I am very satisfied that I spent the money to purchase the Legends expansion from Gunpowder Studios website rather than just doing the free download and print and play. Those guys need your support and they deserve it. So until next time, this has been Justin from Books, Bricks, and Boards. Good gaming, and God bless.